Classic Restos, proudly brought to you by Shannons, where you can be part of the Shannons Club. Penrite Oil, Hare and Forbes Machinery House, Pace Farm, and Duncan Foster Engineering. Hello and welcome to another Classic Restos exclusive. This time I have returned to one of my favourite places, Invercargill, New Zealand. But before I go any further, these wonderful people have the kettle on and they're waiting to see you. It's thanks to Shannons. Ask about multi-policy discounts and sign up for the Shannons Club. Call 134646 for a quote and see more at shannons.com.au. For oils, coolants, additives and technical assistance, Oil Right, use Penrite. And Hare and Forbes has the range. Buy online at machineryhouse.com.au. Welcome back. Well, it's thanks to Venture Southland that I returned to this beautiful part of New Zealand, which I have to say is most of the country. Invercargill is located in the deep south of New Zealand. The typical flat countryside with mountainous outskirts and bordering seascapes typify breathtaking backdrops, making you want to return. Just a 4-hour flight north of Antarctica. The weather changes here quicker than you can change your mind. Invercargill is home to some 53,000 people, surrounded by a flourishing farming community, buzzing with the prosperity of a thriving economy, healthy student life, and a history that marries the strong Maori and Celtic influence that pioneered the city. But over these next 4 days, the population here expands from one pipe into 4. This event is a must-see and a must-do if you're into bikes or not. Welcome to the 2016 Burt Munro Challenge. Invercargill has earned the bragging rights as the classic motor capital of New Zealand. And after this Burt Munro coverage, there will be another special episode filmed here in Invercargill before I depart. If you don't know, the Burt Munro Challenge embraces the success of local bike racing legend Burt Munro. Of course, the world's fastest Indian, played by Anthony Hopkins, portrayed Burt's story all too well in his honour. The Southland Motorcycle Club performs a relentless job in bringing us this event, getting bigger every year. Burt's bike was a highly modified 1920s Indian Scout, perfected in his own backyard with minimal resources. Burt held the under 1000cc land speed record on the Bonneville Salt Flats in the late 1950s and into the 1960s. Burt was no youngster. He was born 25th March 1899 and passed 6th of January 1978 in his Invercargill home. Burt managed to get his beloved 1920s Indian Scout revving so hard and geared the right way that a speed of just over 204 miles per hour was achieved. That's over 300 kilometres an hour to the digitally educated. It has taken decades for anyone to come close. This Classic Restos Burt special is just a few twists of the throttle to whet your appetite enough to say, I'm going to the Burt next year. This is day 1, Thursday, and there's no better way than to start the 2016 Burt Munro Challenge than the Bluff Hillclimb here at Bluff, about a 20-minute drive south of Invercargill. Okay, lucky enough now to have Neil Ritchie now. Neil's an expert commentator here at the Burt. Every year he does a wonderful job. How you doing, Neil?
Awesome, thanks, Fletch. Nice to see you back, mate. Did you bring the weather?
I did, mate. I get accused for that every time I come over.
Exactly.
Neil, we're here at the Bluff. Give us a quick rundown on what we can expect to see here at this particular part of the Burt for 2016.
Well, this is a natural hill, as we would call it, probably a mountain from an Australian point of view. It's a local landmark. Great viewing. When you get up there, you can see Antarctica. You can see to Australia. It's beautiful up the top here. It's a real local icon. and it's been a local run up this hill for many years. Athletes did it many years ago in the days of Burt doing it, of course. Burt was doing this on a metal road. It's now tar sealed. They've recently had the tour of Southland cycle race, do it as a stage, and here we are using it for a motorcycle. So it's a closed dead-end street going straight up to the top of a massive mountain. It's a fantastic feature, so we love it. All sorts of bikes, and you're seeing those in your coverage of it today, and we get excited about the people and the machinery. This is what Burt Munro was all about, because he raced it those years ago.
Now, what sort of speeds can we expect to see the guys doing towards the top there?
Oh no, the speeds aren't all that great actually, because when you actually have a look at the track, the only thing actually missing is a proper man-made jump, because the natural rough surface of it, because it's on a mountainous road as such, is not great. But these times over the section have been down to under 40 seconds, so we're not talking about a long time. But I've already talked to Tony Rees today, and he's talking about the fact that he thinks the Motard 600s will be the quickest up here today, because they'll be able to do the power slides in the wet. But hey, who knows? That big yellow could come out. We could be in for a good day, and a big bite might rain yet. But look out for those 600s, they'll be fast.
Good on you, Neil. I'll let you get back to it. We'll catch up with you during the course of this weekend, mate.
Love it, the 11th annual Burt Munro. We're here and proud to be of it. Nice to have you with us as well, Fletch. Welcome back.
Thank you, mate. Thank you very much, Neil. Cheers.
Pleasure.
Okay, with me now, Alan Kempster. How you doing, Al?
Pretty good, Fletch.
What are you doing, mate? Coming off your bike. What are you doing?
Well, it's the Bluff Hillclimb here today, and we're out just after the real old bikes, and she's raining, and the old bikes are dropping a little bit of oil at the start line there, and I just give her a bit of a handful. I wanted a good start for a good run up the hill, and unfortunately I just gave it a little bit more gas, and yeah.
Now, there's no stopping you, mate, is there?
Oh, mate, you know, like it's all in the fun of it.
Yep.
She was it was a slow crash, but
Yep.
I just bug it up, mate.
Mate, bring us up to date. Left side, one arm, one leg. What are you up to lately, Al?
Well, I've just received a brand new GSXR 600, and I just had my first race down at Symonds Plains down in Tassie, and I went out and won my first and second race and came second in the last two races.
So those starts were better than what just happened then?
A little bit better.
Al, the Burt has got a long way to go for this weekend, mate. We're just kicking off here today on the Thursday. You've got a big few days ahead of you, mate, so we'll put that one down to just a warm-up, eh?
Oh, yeah, like I've been brought over here to put on a bit of a show, and I think I achieved that, so the crowd loved it. That's the best part about it.
You're awesome, mate. You look after you. Take care of yourself, Al.
Yeah, I will, mate, I will.
You're watching the 2016 Burt Munro Challenge, and you're seeing it first on Classic Restos. I'm going for a wee. Back with more right after this.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannons,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover.
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be.
Shannon's.
Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 13 46 46 for a quote.
If you have a restoration project, Hare and Forbes has the tools that you need. Look at these restoration products: shrinker stretchers, dollies, mallets, bead rollers, profile gauges, professional panel restoration kits, and so much more. Now I warn you, enter at your own risk, because you will end up buying something. So come along to your Cap City store or browse and buy online at machineryhouse.com.au, because Hare and Forbes has the range.
Penrite, Australian made, family owned and operated. Make premium quality engine and racing oils, warranty approved coolants, automatic transmission and manual gear oils, a complete range of engine and fuel additives, heavy duty and industrial products for every application. Visit penriteoil.com for more information. Penrite, Australian made for Australian conditions since 1926.
Moving on through the extensive Burt Munro agenda for 2016, after the Bluff hill climbs on the same day, it's a 50k drive then to Winton, where you can see firsthand all the action of the Supercross champs.
I'm a dairy farmer from Winton. This has always been my dream to have a motocross event at my farm. 7 years ago, our dream come true. We got an international guy come in and he built this track. And I've always said, if you build it, they will come. Well, it all started off, we had a little pile of dirt in the corner and we had no hills on my farm. So it's a dead flat dairy farm and my son was loved to jump. So we started building little jumps and then we got bigger and bigger. And 3 dairy conversions later and 2 underpasses, we've booked ourselves a full-blown international supercross track. Having a motocross track on my farm, yeah, it's just been a dream come true. It's awesome.
And in between each daily event here at the Burt, there's a stack of stuff for you to do around the region while you're here. And you can start right here for tourist information. It's also the Southland Museum and Art Gallery at 108 Gala Street. And why not check out the Blue River Dairy? That's good for a look. They are the premier producers of sheep milk products. At their cafe, you can enjoy cheese tasting, and there are great deals on buying some, including their world-famous sheep milk coffee. All of these products are absolutely delicious. And if you're a chocoholic, well, you're going to love this, the Seriously Good Chocolate Company. Talk about yum, yum and more yum. Inside here, the Seriously Good Chocolate Company has a huge range of homemade chocolates on site. But don't get too carried away though. You might miss your next Burt event that day. And if you do miss the next Burt event on the daily agenda, this will be why. The Invercargill Brewery, New Zealand's most southern craft brewery, producing award-winning craft beers and ciders. One highlight to every Burt Munro challenge is the racing here on Friday night at Oreti Beach, the very location where Burt Munro used to visit quite often to try out his bike. And of course it's the home to iconic movie location by Roger Donaldson's film, acted by Anthony Hopkins, The World's Fastest Indian. Every time I visit here, there's an atmospheric sense of eeriness, as I believe Burt is watching over. Walking part of this special place is quite surreal. Before the movie took place here, showcasing the efforts of one incredible individual, this southern beach was like many others, only then a best-kept secret. Set in the deep south of New Zealand, apart from Stewart Island, the next stop is Antarctica. It was here that Burt set many of his beach speed records, including an open beach record of 131.38 miles per hour in 1957, and another of 136 miles per hour in 1975. This place may be where Burt even cast his pistons in the sand. Oreti Beach is special. 130 competitors will be racing here tonight, rounding off with a 50-mile finale. All riders, regardless of how good they may be, host that same link to Burt Munro. With me now, race champion Guy Martin. How you doing, Guy?
I'm all right, Fletch. What's happening?
Good, mate, good. Here at Oreti Beach, what can we expect to see tonight?
Not a lot from me, mate. Well, we'll see, won't we? We'll see. I'm not much of a beach racer, mate, but I'm having a go.
Yeah,
See what we.
That's one good thing about the Burt. I mean, it's so diverse. There's just so many events, isn't there?
Yeah, it's pretty great. That's why I'm over here, because they've let me bring my bike over, my street race bike. So we just need to. We was meant to be hill climbing yesterday, but the weather was crap. So I didn't bring it out. It's a big bloody turbocharged thing. I rode it in Pikes Peak a couple of years ago. So.
Right. Now, Guy, when you say come on out, obviously from the UK, right?
Yeah, a long way, mate. Yeah.
You're a diesel mechanic, yeah?
Yeah.
As a bit of a transition from diesel mechanicking to what you're doing today.
Yeah, it's a bit different, mate. It's a bit different. But that's sort of half of it. Why I'm here, because Well, my diesel my car's my main job, but then I'm always building stuff at home, and it's all you struggle in Europe to be able to race what you've built in your shed.
Yeah.
So that's the reason for coming out here. I can race what I've built.
All right, mate. Like I said, wish you well here tonight. Have a great weekend, eh?
Fletch, thank you.
Okay, Oreti Beach Racing, here we go. You got Tony. How you doing, Tone?
Yeah, good, Fletch. How are you?
Good, mate, good. 1957 BSA. What can you tell us about it?
Well, it's ex-California. Was raced by a notable rider over there back in the day. Won a few titles over there. So wound up in New Zealand, then wound up in our hands, and we got it going and decided to use it down here.
Mate, it's pretty cool. How do you feel having such an old bike, an iconic bike at such an event?
Oh, it's pretty special, really. Yeah.
Tony, size of the engine, and what have you done to it since you've had it?
It's just a 650 A10 base motor with Spitfire scrambler, so there's Spitfire cams and stuff in it, so yeah.
Okay, Tony, all the best, mate.
Right, thanks very much, Fletch. See you later.
Bit of girl power here at the 2016 Burt Munro. How you doing, Francie?
I'm not doing too bad, Fletch. It's a pretty good day. Yeah.
How cool are you on this old Rudge?
A little bit cool. Try to be.
How long have you been racing?
10 years now. Yeah, 10 years this year.
Wow. Yeah. Good for you. Tell us what you can about the bike.
Oh, I built it last year from scratch. So I started with just an engine and shell, and that was about it. Most of it come from Invercargill, but the front end come from the UK, the tanks from Germany, the wheels, one's from Invercargill, one's from Timaru, and just the rest has either been built or brought from the UK. So yeah.
Has anybody ever told you that you're amazing?
Only a couple of times.
I think that's incredible. She didn't get the bike, she built it. I think that is so cool. Okay, Francie, I'll let you get back to it. Yeah. I think it's fantastic, you know, it's such a male-dominated hobby, and to see a lady like yourself out having a go on, well, not a late model bike, but something number one from 1930 and number two that you built, I think that is extra special. Congratulations, well done.
Thank you very much, Fletch.
Good on you.
Nice to meet you.
You too. Have a great weekend.
Hopefully.
You are watching the sensational 2016 Burt Munro Challenge, and you're seeing it exclusive to Classic Restos. Back with more right after this.
I spend a lot of time out here. The RT Charger's the real deal. An E49. Remember A-Charger? I've always got projects on the go, so Shannon's laid-up cover helps protect my restorations. I'm Mopar through and through. It's a passion Shannon's understands. I wouldn't insure my cars and bikes with anyone else.
Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 13 46 46 for a quote.
In 1926, Australia's Penrite Oil Company was established. Almost 90 years of research, development and refining under the harsh Australian conditions has made Penrite Oil what it is today. Precision, performance, reliability and protection. Championship winning products. Trust Penrite.
Heron Forbes Machinery House has been family owned and operated for over 85 years, and it's easy to see why. And with a range like this, you cannot go wrong. Planning on welding? Look at these welding tables and clamps. Air compressors and different air tools. Sandblasting cabinets, through to spray guns. Everyone is welcome at Machinery House, and they're also open Saturday mornings. Their range of machine tools are workshop tested. There are competitive freight rates around Australia, and you can buy online at machineryhouse.com.au. So remember, Hare and Forbes has the range. Day 3 of the Burt Munro Challenge for 2016, and today we're at Teratonga Raceway. This is where all the bikes gather for some high-speed racing action. Teratonga means swift south in Maori. Here we are just 8 kilometres southwest of Invercargill, and it is home of the Southland Sports Car Club. Now this circuit was established back in 1957 and was said to be the southernmost racetrack in the world. The lap distance is 2.57 kilometres or 1.6 miles, and it runs in an anti-clockwise direction. Teratonga circuit is fast, with an 800-metre main straight and a very high speed loop with multiple apexes. It flows smoothly from turns 1 through to 5 and is recognised as the second fastest circuit in Australasia. We are so far south here with such incredible weather, the circuit is often exposed to a strong sea breeze and sometimes forces a gearbox and ratio setup changes. Now that's a challenge. Special part of Burt Munro here at Teretonga, the most southern raceway in the world. And we've got Eric. How are you, mate?
I'm good, Fletch.
That's good.
Really enjoying myself.
How are you feeling about things?
Oh, always a little bit apprehensive, you know how it is. You arrive at these things and you look at the program and think, oh, there's some opposition there.
Well, you've got yourself a classic bike. I really love this bike. It's a Western. Now, run us through the range of parts, the year that they're from, and how this bike is basically built.
Well, the bike is a hybrid. We've built it out of parts. The frame and the tank and most of the cycle gear is 1962 Norton. The motor is a 1971 Westlake and the front brake is a 1970 Gromika. So the bike runs as a pre-72.
It looks sensational, it really does. I mean, the whole bike, all the alloy work as well, the way you've got it presented. Tell us about the engine in terms of the size and, what does it feel like out on the track?
Well, the engine is a 500 single. It's a Speedway engine originally, and it runs on methanol. It's on about 15:1 compression ratio, so it's got a bit of punch.
All right, mate, look, I wish you well out there today, and there's almost 30 classic bikes here at the Burt Munro Challenge here at Teratonga Raceway today, which I think is just, that's outstanding. So all the best to you, Eric, and thank you so much for coming along.
Thank you, Fletch. Hope we have a good day.
How you doing, Chris?
Good, thanks, Fletch.
Enjoying yourself here at Teratonga?
I was up until recently, yeah.
Apart from that, look, it's a great bike. Having a few electrical problems, right?
Yeah, there's something playing up there. She's only running on 2.
Now, Chris, in the time you've had the bike, have you had to do much to it?
No, not really. I've put a Wasco 1100 kit in it. The CR key-in carbs. And that's pretty much it. It's been standard apart from that, to be honest.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's just been reliable.
Being a big bike, what's it like out on the track in terms of handling? How's it pedal around out there?
It's all right for me because, but it is a big heavy, it is a heavy bike. But no, it's good fun. It's
an incredible day, especially here at Burt Munro when guys like this turn up. Chris, thanks very much for your time, mate. Look, the bike is sensational. I'm sure you're a little bit of an electrical miss, mate. I'm sure you're going to get a handle on it quickly.
I hope so too, Fletch. Yeah, we want to go in for tomorrow, so we'll get it sorted out.
You'll be right, mate.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks, Fletch.
See ya. Now it's time for some dirt on the Burt. We're at Oreti Park Speedway, just up the road from Teretonga. You know what? Everything here for the motoring enthusiast in Invercargill is placed just so well. And it's all sideways here in this bit, as rider and passenger team together to make perfect balance and get around here as quick as the bike can. This is heart-pounding excitement. Hundredths of a second could result in disaster if wrong decisions are made. This is not for the faint-hearted. Some of the best in the business are here this weekend at Oreti Park Speedway, marking and toasting 40 years to once again the most southern dirt speedway track in the world. Here we are, Oreti Park Speedway. You know what, Jamie? I get around a bit doing these TV shows. I should get one of those 1 metre clicker wheels installed to my backside and then attach it to the audience and everybody can score points.
Yeah, that sounds really good actually, Fletch.
But you know what? This guy here gets around another way, very fast and sideways. Now, Jamie, I'm amazed at what you've got to do to control one of these things. Can you walk us through in terms of the power of the bike and how you basically have to set one up?
Well, you actually need 2 to get these bikes around the track. You need a rider, which I am, and a swinger, which is Nathan. You've got a 1000cc engine, no brakes, and to set them up, you just got to, it's drivey track. You just got to move your wheelbase around a bit. The swinger's got to do a bit more extra work. Yeah, you can't get them around just on your own, Fletch. You know, she's a two-man sport.
Jamie, swinging takes on a whole new meaning, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Okay, Jamie, time has come, mate. I've got to speak to your partner now. Thanks for the chat.
No worries, Fletch. Thanks very much.
Here's another guy here that needs various parts of his anatomy carried around in a wheelbarrow. How you going, Nathan?
Yeah, very well, thanks, Fletch, mate. Yeah, cheers.
Good, mate. Now, listen, you're the swinger. You're hanging on like grim death. What's that like?
It's bloody good fun, mate. Yeah, the adrenaline rush is can't compare it to anything else, really.
After you do the sort of stuff that you do, does anything much in life scare you?
Just this, mate. Yep.
I mean, Dirt Speedway, it goes back many, many decades. It's an incredibly strong sport. It's got a good following here, hasn't it?
Yeah. I think we've got the biggest sidecar fraternity in the country, to be honest. Yeah.
Now, Nathan, just run us through the balance side of things. Now, you've got an important role. If you misjudge or hang out too far or not enough, does that have an adverse effect?
Yeah, definitely. You might notice on the start of that first heat, I kind of messed up the start a little bit. My clip on my slider got tangled up in the handle, and we were a bit tippy off the start. Yeah, so it definitely affects it for sure.
Yeah. Good on you, Nathan. I admire what you guys do. That's pretty dramatic stuff, mate. Well done.
Awesome. Thanks, Fletch. Thanks very much.
No worries. Day 4 of the 2016 Burt Munro Challenge, and what a way to round off. Can you believe some of the streets around Invercargill have been closed off and turned into a track for the Invercargill street races? There's power here in more ways than one, and some of these bikes have a whopping 350 horsepower. That is immense power to weight as a ratio, considering it's a frame, 2 wheels and a rider that it's moving along. And more power to the Burt event. In any city to close off streets is a big call. The Burt event wields a big stick, and as Burt looks down upon everyone here, he probably cannot believe what he is seeing. Street racing is unique. It's close quarter racing on a circuit that no rider gets to practice on before the event, so it's a fantastic leveller. No local street knowledge helps either, as this is a once-a-year opportunity to hug the bitumen, and it's even worse in the wet. Here we have new roads offering fantastic grip. This is a brake fest, and a lot depends on not just getting the power on first, but getting the power fully on first. This circuit sees aggressive style, and it's a drag race every lap. This is frantic and busy, giving no rest to the riders. What a street circuit, what an event. This is the 2016 Burt Munro Challenge, just the way that Burt would have wanted it. Well, that just about sums up the incredible 2016 Burt Munro Challenge. Why not try and get to the Burt in 2017 and also see what this incredible region has to offer you as well? For more information, why not contact Venture Southland at venturesouthland.co.nz for more information. And as I say at the end of every show, until next week, please ride and drive safe. I'm Fletch, and I thank you very much for watching. You can like and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Classic Restos TV and watch catch-up episodes at shannons.com.au. Classic Restos, proudly brought to you by Shannons, where you can be part of the Shannons Club. Penrite Oil, Hare and Forbes Machinery House, Pace Farm, and Duncan Foster Engineering.